your outlook on life will dictate it in a way. It will say a lot about you. The way you view life will determine how successful you are. If you have struggles with your work life, jobs, career, if you feel like you're not where you should be at financially, it could be because you have too much options. You have too many guiding and helping hands. And you did not learn to rely on self. See, in the world's economy, or should I say in the world's workplace, marketplace, career, whatever you want to put it, the ones that tend to strive the most and be the most successful is entrepreneurs. You know, you have the working class, you know, those that go work for somebody. And then you have the hiring class, right? Entrepreneurs, businessmen, you know, people that open their own companies, businesses. And these people, the entrepreneurs, the businessmen, they tend to be more successful because they know that in a way they are the only ones that they can truly rely on and blame for or praise for their success or their failures. You know, when you have a lot of help in times of needs, when every time things get rough, you always have that helping hand, that takes away from learning self-reliance and resilience, because you always have somebody that's there to take you out of the dirt. Whether you lose a job, or you got financial hardships. Well, yeah, financial hardships, they do come mostly because lack of work and stuff like that. Sometimes it comes because of bad decisions, bad financial decisions, right? And so that's why it's important thing to really learn to live simple. Go small. But that's another subject. See, myself, the way I've been in most of my early adult years is that I've always learned to depend on others. So whenever there would be hardships at work, whenever things wouldn't go my way, I would just easily say, well, I'm taking the highway. To hell with that, And I'd quit the job And I know, for example, that I'm in Canada, I have EI at my disposal, right? Government benefits, employment insurance. I knew that I could go apply for EI, give them a good reason for me quitting the job, which is just justifying and making up excuses. A few times it would be justifiable, but mostly I was just making up excuses for myself. And then I knew that I could go for the next 6, 7, 8, 9 months on government benefits, handouts. And you could get, back then, I haven't been on there for years, but back then you could get a solid $2,000 a month. Hey, would get me by. And so this is the point I'm trying to make, is that having that mindset and that mentality of always being able to have something or someone to catch your back, which is good, because sometimes the hardships, they are genuine, and sometimes we do need the helping hand. But what I'm trying to say is, whether it's family members, a good friend, government entities, when you always got that hand in the back of your mind that knows that will catch you, you never learn to live on self-reliance. In other terms, it's like a survival mindset. If you want to be successful in your work ethic, if you want to be successful in your finances, in your career, you need to see it as a means of survival, not a means of, when they say making a living, that's how you really got to see it. Not just bringing in home a paycheck and then getting toys, and you need to learn what it means to make a living. And you need to have a survival mindset. And the reason why you don't have this survival mindset and you're not as successful as you should be is because you have too many helping hands in your life. Further down in my adult life, while I've been going through divorce with my woman at that time, my wife, 16 years, and after going through the court, family court, the system, seeing all these injustices, seeing the government, our government, how it runs things, seeing how wicked, how deceitful, how lying, deceptive they are. When I had a taste of that, and I've seen that with my own eyes, for me, how it was for me, I've said, and I've got my own reasons, whatever comes out of that, I don't want no part of it. From that point in my mind, I told myself, I don't want no government benefits. I don't want to have to apply for employment insurance. I don't want their checks. I don't want their handouts. And those were my reasons. I got my reasons for it. But that's how it was for me. And at that point, at that moment, I was taking away all the things I could rely on. And now all of a sudden, all these things that I could find comfort in times of needs, in times of hardships, now they were all gone. And all I had left was myself. Now, when I say, and when I talk about self-reliance, I'm really truly making a boast in God, in Yah, in the Father. Because truly, when you hear self-reliance and resilience, I'm really saying faith in the Most High. That's how it is for me. So, at no point, let's not make the mistake of saying that I am my own man. I am not my own man. I am not my own man. So I just wanted to put that in there. But what I'm saying is, in refusing the hand of government, I found the hand of God and the unmatched power of self-reliance. And there is truly some blessings that comes from that. I remember, excuse me, back when COVID hit, back in COVID, I had lost my job. I think during COVID it was twice. Man. And see, I remember I could go and run to the States. Government subsidy. And I remember back when COVID started up in Canada, there was the PCU. Man, for those Canadians that remember that got those help, that was a shitload of money. That was a lot of money. I think these people, they were getting like $4,000 a month. A lot of people got it. Some justified, some not. For me, when I lost my job during time of COVID, I didn't apply for it. See, because I've got my reasons, because I had made my mind made up that I said, I don't want the benefit of government in my life. And so, first and foremost, what that does is that I did not contribute to that debt in acquiring these helps, these checks, these handouts from the government. The amount of debt that came from that, national debt, with that help there, the relief, the COVID relief, financial relief. Man, anyway, so I know that I did not contribute to that debt. And I know that by by waiting on the Most High, He got me out, and that built an even stronger work ethic, a solid platform because then when you've got no income and you have nothing coming in, and I got nobody in my life that I can go to and say, stick my hand out like that. So by getting this survival mode in life, really truly learning what it means to make a living, now the work that I do, the jobs that I get, I do not take for granted. Believe me, when you go through moments, months without support, without income, and you see your banking account dwindling, and you see that vice tightening and tightening and tightening in your life, man, once you come out of that, every work, every job, every work hour you do, you count it as a blessing. All the murmuring, when you used to murmur, when you used to despise getting it done, putting your hand to the plow, all this, it fades away when you finally come up with this survival mindset. So without the crutch of benefits, I walked tall, empowering my own resolve and the blessings of the Most High. Nowadays, and one thing that will help a lot is you need to find work that you like doing. Find some job that you like to do. Helps if it's good paying. And just get at it. Nowadays, praise be to the Most High, with that mindset, you know, because back then, the way it was for me is I was going out from divorce and all that, and that was because of my faith in Jesus, right? My ex, she didn't want to walk with me in that, all right? That was her decisions. And so I was basically going out in the world to serve Him. And I wanted nothing, no help of the world. That's the mindset. And now I have I've never been so successful in my work ethic I've never been so successful financially, even though I don't get no extras incomes. All income that I generate in my life, it comes solely from these working hands. And while back then I would get income generated from help, whether it be mom or pop, whether it be government subsidies, nowadays having only one form of income, which is from me. And really, I'm coming back to what I was saying earlier. When I say me, when you hear self-reliance, I'm talking about faith in the Most High Yah. It all goes one and in another, hand in hand. Now, I'm well established. By all means, I'm not saying I'm a rich man. I am not a rich man. I'm rich in spirit. But I've been well established where now I'm not the borrower, rather I'm the lender. I actually helped a woman, my last woman in fact, I helped her get out of credit card debt. $6,000 debt. You know, when I was looking at that 20% interest rate, and I made the calculations, where every year there was $1,000 just for interest. Man, anyways, I helped her out of that. And so with my success, see, I don't just use it on me, right? I don't just use my money for my benefit. I use it for the benefit of others. That's an important thing. Because what the Most High gives you, you have to give Him glory in all things. And you have to give back. You know, I do help a lot of causes. You know, I do support them who are laboring in the way. You know, like there's Straightway Ministries and other people. Sometimes, you know, you have the opportunities to do good. But anyways, I'm going out of subject now. Sorry, my bad. So all this to say, if you want to be more successful, if you feel like you're in a rut, you need to develop self-reliance. You need to develop this survival mindset. And the more money you can make, the more hours you can do, don't take them for granted. You see a lot of people, the way they are, and it's true. It's true. And, you know, when somebody will figure out like how to make, let's say, $1,000 in an hour, all right, that's a shitload of money. But, and that's mostly true, you know, a woman will say, well, hey, I can make $1,000 in an hour. Now I can only work 1 hour a week. Where men, rather, they'd be like, hey, I can figure out how to make $1,000 an hour. then I'll try to make as many hours, work as many hours I can in a week. See, that's the mindset you need to establish. All right, so that was it in a nutshell. Hope it helps some of y'all, and hope it encourages. Till next time.